איזה כיף. We're going to wait for Chevra to be logging on with us. Getting ourselves ready. Hope you are sitting comfortably. We have an amazing, amazing night. It's been amazing. B'ezrat Hashem, it'll continue to be amazing. Welcome to all our Chevra that are now with us from the States and Europe. Wherever you are, feel free to write your location in the chat. And we'll be with you in just one moment. Sing with me, Chavre. Alrighty, Shalom Aleichem. Moadim lesimcha, everyone. This is so special. This has been the most magical Sukkot. I haven't left the sukkah. I haven't left. I feel like I've left a million times to different people's sukkahs, but actually not even once. I haven't put on shoes since Yantiv, since Shabbos, slippers. Minion in the parking lot here, in the house. It's a Machaya. Right, Tiffy? L'chaim tov u'l'shalom, everyone. We have been having a very special Sukkot, both Smachot Beit Sho'eva at night, as well as Hallels and learnings during the day. And every day of Sukkot has its own chen. Today was its own chen. I encourage you to listen back to the wonderful teachers that came into our different sukkahs from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. 4 different teachers: Nimi Salem, Leah Golem, Dr. Ben Epstein, and Rabbi Avram Sutton. And it was a machaya. Earlier in the day, we learned Rav Cook. Just a real zchut to be tuned in this way. And tonight, we have some very special people. Some I'm literally closest to, as you'll see in a second. I wanted to acknowledge tonight's sponsors. Now, Chevra Baruch Hashem, this was all like a last second thing, and the Chevra have been really, really working hard to make sure we stick together, and this is wonderful. Any bit helps, and it's been beautiful and inspiring to see people wanting to take part on this level too. So tonight's sponsorships is from my dear Chaver Yoni in Chicago. Yoni Bellas, may the fire from Rabbi Nachman and the Berditchever continue to inspire and to protect. Amen. Much more on that a little bit later on. I also am thankful to Barbara and Michael Katz. We usually do our special Hakafot Shniyot, which isn't happening this year, in the German colony. And this is in memory of Chaim ben Rabbi Yechiel Dov Ber and of Edel Bas Avram, Hudel Bas Avram. Also, my dear parents I see over here. It's my Uncle Shmuel's 4th Yortzeit, Chav Beis Tishrei. May Shmuel ben Shlomo HaKohen, my sweet, precious uncle from Argentina, may his neshama have an aliyah. We're also, tonight is also the Yortzeit of our dear friend and neighbor's Abba, Usher Zelig ben Avram. And this is sponsored tonight by Yitzchak and Chana Lewis in memory of his Yortzeit, which is tonight and tomorrow. And also for the Refuah Shlema of Menachem Mendel ben Chana. Shmai Life, love you. We're going to hear good news. Be'ez Hashem, we're going to keep on davening strong. Ad Bias Goel. Tonight, we also have a very special group of chevra. We have a very special group of people of Chayalim Amerikaim, of Jewish American soldiers that are right now in the camp of in Buring and Kuwait that are with us tonight. Yelchu Mechail El Chayo Chevra. This is such a wonderful privilege. This is awesome, incredible. And people from all over, but you guys are incredible. And Rabbi David Becker, you're a real chaver, and it's a privilege and a pleasure and a zchut to be together on any format that we can. So let's sing a little bit more before we go right into the intro to our first guest for tonight, because it's very, very special. I got to drink a lot of tea. So there were a few requests tonight. So this is a very beautiful one. It's a Rav Shlomo Katz for Shalosh Regalim. B'amor rachamecha. Na 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 na. Hasho'eva b'amor rachamecha. Hasho'eva b'amor rachamecha. Come back to us, Mamon Rachamecha, with your great mercy, with your great love you have for us. Come back to us. And this is the year that we know there are no more games. Kol Yisrael arevim ze lezeh chaverim kol Yisrael. We shouldn't have to wait once a month on Shabbos Mevarchim to say those words we know to be so crucial and critical. Chaverim kol Yisrael. V'nomar amen. We are all one. We are loving Misrogim Hadasim, and unfortunately right now, many are of us. But right now we all accept upon ourselves with such simcha, with such oneness, with such excitement. Areini mekabel, kabel, alai, mitzvah saseh, shel ve'ahavta le've'acha, kamocha, kamocha. Areini mekabel, kabel, alai, mitzvah saseh, shel ve'ahavta le've'acha, kamocha, kamocha. Chaverim kol Yisrael, Chaverim kol Yisrael, Chaverim kol Yisrael, Haneni mekabel alai, alai, oh, let's go, Mandy. Mekabel alai mitzvah saseh, shel ve'ahavta le've'acha, kamocha, Ameini Israel, Aneini Mekabel Alai. So, want to learn something very short that I saw this morning in the sukkah. A gorgeous, gorgeous piece from the Sefer Ginza Yisrael. Ginza Yisrael is Rabbi Yisrael Chotkever. He comes from the dynasty of Rizhin. I believe also he was the Rebbe of Reb Meir Shapiro of Lublin. The Chotkever, there's a lot of stories on the Chotkever. Rabbi Yisrael Chotkever, the whole dynasty of Rizhin is such a rich dynasty, rich in content, rich in tradition, and rich in the way that they saw the world and thought about God. Very big. This is a bracha, but it's in the form right now of a limud. And right now this should mamish be for the refuah shlema of the cholim as well. I don't have a copy for you. Just listen to me for a second. I'm going to read inside a text and come out of it, but it touched me so deep. There's a Mishnah in Masechet Sukkot, Masechet Sukkah, that says, Mi shaya rosho verubo basukah, v'shulchano betoch habayit, Beit Shammai poslin. Listen to this. This is really mashu. It is like a beautiful thing. Look at this. It says, the Mishnah says that if someone's head, and most of him was in the sukkah, but the table he was eating on was in the house and not in the sukkah, according to the school of Shammai, it's pasul. It's not kosher, and you can't eat like that. You can't be like that. So the Chotkever, so then he brings a diuk that in the halacha, in the Shulchan Aruch, it says, yeah, we pass, and this is how we hold. That if some kind of situation that your table that you eat on, if that's in the house, but most of you is outside, I'm not really quite sure. I'm just looking at my table that's inside and my outside. I guess I need one of those like, animated, it was illustrated Mishnayos to get a visual of this. But apparently there's a problem with that, and you can't, it doesn't go, it's not kosher. So the Chotkever says something so beautiful. He says, we're about to do ushpizin right now. We're going to invite tonight's ushpizin. We didn't invite him yet because I wanted to say this Torah first, and then invite the ushpizin of tonight. We invite these very holy guests, these Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron, Yosef, and David, to come and sit around our seudah, our feast. Now it's known, and a lot of the people say, how do we have the chutzpah to just like say, oh, come Avram Avinu, come Yitzchak Avinu, come, we're sitting back, sukkah, chilling. It's not. Sukkah is a very chill vibe, and yet that's the vibe. That's the time of year we're saying, come in. So we know that Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are days of tshuva. We know we became clear to us in our process of purification that the only way that any of us could have ever done something that's not one with God's will consciously is if nichnas bo ruach shtut, is if the spirit of foolishness would enter into us. That's the only explanation. Like Reb Nosson Breslover says, Avera, the world of transgression, of sinning, chet, has absolutely no shaykhs to a yid. You know what that means? When you're not, it's not shaykh. Not shaykh means it's not relevant. It's not my parsha. It's not for me. So Reb Nosson says, Averas, it's not our parsha. It's not. If we happen to fall into it, it's just because there's a spirit of folly that came onto us. And that's what we realize during our process of tshuva, the Chotkever says. And I get deeper and deeper with my thought, and I start to think that, you know what? It's time for me to implement the midot tovot that I have, because I know that I'm made out of good. And by Sukkot, hopefully I know I'm made out of good. But it's not just that when someone knows that they're made out of good, that there's nothing wrong with them. You know that you're made out of something good, but at the same time, you could know that there are inyanim about yourself that you have to take care of. there are certain characteristic traits that I need the da'at to know to be mavdil ben kodesh l'chol. Like the Gemara says, if there was no concept of da'at, of knowledge, no one would know how to separate between anything in the world. So the Chortkover says something very beautiful. Mitzvah of Sukkah, the whole concept of Sukkah, is that we see that even Shulchano, even that which sustains me the most materialistically in this world, which is a table with food, also that comes out into the Sukkah. There's no mitziyut that you say, okay, when I'm thinking of you, Hashem, and I'm surrounded by mitzvahs, spiritual mitzvahs, then I'm holy. But the shulchan, where I eat and where I fill my body with very materialistic things, that's not so much part of the holy thing. And that's what the Mishnah in Sukkah is describing for us. It's describing a reality of, there's a part of me that says when I'm feeling it and holy, that's when I know I'm in. But when I have all these other things in life, there's no room for you, God. Or there's no room for our romance, for our intimacy. Comes the Chortkover, I don't know if he said words like romance and intimacy, but he explains over here that that's why the Mishnah says, you gotta be all in. Especially when you're eating, especially when you're in this world. It's not a matter, there's no concept of saying only when you're engaged in completely spiritual acts should you be thinking about God. Shena, sleeping, lina, ochel, in the sukkah. Because when a yid has da'at that comes from tshuva, he knows that he could begin to trust himself to know how to separate when's enough. How much should I eat? Well, we should all have that bracha to know that and to follow through with that. How much should I sleep? But I can do it b'kedusha. I could do it all b'kedusha. I could sit and have a l'chaim with a friend if I'm, God forbid, not addicted. If I'm hopefully not addicted. We have a concept in the sukkah where it seems because we take all the dalid minim, we take all the species together, and all types of yidden are together, somehow there's room for everybody. We used to have a leader. We used to have a ro'en ne'eman. And under his leadership, like we learned last week from the Kliyakar and Bayakel, when he would talk, everyone felt like they were coming together. So tonight we're inviting that leader. Because according to the Arizal's way of counting, Azamin, Azamin, Azamin Niseudasi, Azamin, Azamin, Azamin Niseudasi, Ushpizi, Ilahi. Ushpizi Ilahi Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Moshe Aaron Yosef David Azami Dai Tonight we invite to our sukkah Moshe Rabbeinu, Raya Mehemna, faithful shepherd, to come and sit with us. We're your flock because we know how precious we are in your eyes. Come and sit with us, Moshe Rabbeinu, together with Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, your brother Aaron, Yosef, David. And tonight we also invite Heilige Rebbe Nachman, Zchus Yagen Aleinu, the Nachal Novea Mekor Chochma, the source of wisdom for us to hold on to, till the great day comes, Mashiach Tzidkenu, and his fire's shining brighter than ever. We'll get more on that a little bit later. Well, Chevra, tonight it is a great honor, a great, great zchut to invite someone that I believe is such an important, he's playing such an important role on teaching Am Yisrael a number of things. One of them is how to just be a mensch. And how to be a mensch, how to be a Kiddush Hashem, how to be a mensch while you're a Kiddush Hashem, how to enjoy life, how to enjoy sports, how to instill within children and adults as well the notion of being real Emesdika champions, Heilige champions. So without further ado, I'm honored to invite tonight to our program, to our Simchat Beit Hasho'eva, our first guest, Tamir Goodman. Tamir, are you with us?
Yes, Rabbi. How are you?
Hey, Tamir, Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach, Chag Sameach. I love you. I love you so much.
I love you too. I remember last time we were together, it was also a Chag, remember?
It's always
we were in, I mean, it's a place that doesn't feel like a Chag. It's a place that feels like it's Purim every day of the year. It was the Knesset.
That's right. That's right.
It wasn't Purim, it was Hanukkah. Yeah, it was a while back. It was Hanukkah. Tamir, where are you talking to us from?
Our sukkah in Jerusalem.
In Yerushalayim. How many years have you been living in Yerushalayim?
6, thank God.
Baruch Hashem, what a zchut. Thank you so much for being with us. You know, a lot of people that saw that we were going to have the zchut to be, that you should be our Ushpizin, you know, they obviously wanted me to do the following. I'll just give an analogy which you could appreciate more than ever. I wrote about this recently, or I gave it to the video about this recently. I used to have a chavrusa with Kareem. Did I tell you this story?
You sent it to me. I love it.
Thank you.
Let's say it again.
So when Kareem came to our shul for one Shabbos, he came to speak to the children there of the shul about religious tolerance, actually. But obviously, no one came to hear about religious tolerance when they came to hear what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was going to say in shul, right? All they wanted to know was what he thought about Kobe and Shaq. It was those years, right?
Right.
So obviously, you know, my Heilige purple and gold brothers, and I shouldn't say Heilige Lahavdil, my purple and gold brethren in Los Angeles, the Lakers, are up to 2-1 right now, as I'm sure you know. And all these questions came in saying, what does he think about this? And Tamir, I want you to know something. I know that you could answer all those things, but I want to give you a bracha to hold on to your chen, because you have such a chen in Am Yisrael. And to have chen is something that Rabbi Nachman opens up Likutei Moharan saying that is the midah we need to take back. It's lost. So your chen shines, your chen glows, and I know that you have so much to share, and so many kids in our community here that are usually with you in the summers have become such incredible mensches. Not only, I'll give their parents credit too, but I give the parents credit for sending them to your camp in the summer. So without all this intro and no pressure, I just want to say I'm really happy you're here. And I'm so glad that you're with us tonight. I would love to hear from you a little bit about your Sukkot experience.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor. I love you. I love your community. I'm so thankful to spend some time with you. You know, this Sukkot is going really well. I feel very blessed to be with my family in Jerusalem. But when you initially reached out to me about spending some time with you, you know, the first night was on a Friday night, and it reminded me of another Friday night Sukkot that happened to me in my life, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. My freshman year at Towson University, I was playing Division I basketball, and Sukkot came out on a Friday night, and it was also something called Midnight Madness, which is at 12 o'clock that Friday night. It's the night before the first official practice, where everybody on the campus, all the fans and the students, they could come meet the team for the first time, because it's the night before the first official practice. But what happens before the first official practice? You have a month of the most intense training that you could ever imagine in your life. So when you're going through high school, your high school coaches tell you, look, you're going to play in college. You have to be ready. Get yourself in shape. Get yourself in shape. No matter what you do to prepare for that, you're never going to be able to be ready for college basketball until you get there. And I learned about that very quickly because the first time in the locker room at Towson, I was so excited to put on my jersey. We were sponsored by Nike. So you get your Nike jersey and your free Nike shoes. And it's such an exciting moment. And I just couldn't wait to put on my jersey. And I was just about to put on my jersey. And there was a senior next to me. I was a freshman, one of the older guys on the team. His name was Brian Barber. Great guy. And he looks at me, he says, he's 6'7", 6'8". He looks down at me, he says, son, I see you're excited to put that jersey on, right? I said, yeah, I've been waiting for this my whole life. He looks at me with a smile and he says, you have no idea what you just got yourself into. And I couldn't understand what he said, but very quickly after we put the jersey on, coach is like, we're going to do suicides. In basketball, it's a standard practice, what's called suicides, where you run. It's very, very intense. You have usually 30 seconds to touch every line on the court. So you touch the foul line, you come back, touch half court, you come back, opposite foul line, back, baseline to baseline, back in 30 seconds. So we were prepared, but actually our coach took us across the basketball court, outside, and down on the football field. And the football field is much bigger than a basketball court. And doing the suicide runs on the football field was my first wake up to college basketball. It was so intense. You have guys crying, guys throwing up, people. It's an unbelievable scene. And, the coach just kind of smiles and says, either you're not good enough to play at this level or you're going to be part of this. So it's up to you. And after you do that, they bring you into the gym, and then you have to shoot 1,000 shots after you did the suicides on the football field. So it's literally like this every day, this type of training where you're in the weight room 6:30 in the morning. And I had to get up earlier because I had to daven, and they're maxing you out in the weight room. You're working at a level that you could have never imagined in your life. Then you go to class, and then you go back to the gym, and then you have study hall every night with your team from 7:30 to 9:30. Make sure your grades are right. And then 9:30, you go back to your dorm. And then you got to be back in the weight room at 6:30. So it's very, very intense. It's a level that you can't even imagine. But the greatest thing that happened to me was I was blessed with the best roommate. His name is Mohammed Fafana. He was a Muslim basketball player, the sweetest guy in the world, about 6'9", 6'10". And Mohammed and I became super, super close. And we went through this first month of training together. And he was just so spectacular. But usually for Shabbat, I was able to go home. But because of Midnight Madness, the first Shabbat that I had to spend on campus was Sukkot, Friday night Sukkot. And we built a sukkah. There was like 17,000 students, 18,000 students at Towson at the time. And I think out of everyone, there's only going to be one person sitting in the sukkah that night, which was me. And I had everything ready. My father, Rav Shlomo, my mother, they packed me the kosher food. They came onto campus. They prepared me. And I thought I was totally ready to celebrate Shabbat and Sukkot for my first time as a freshman basketball player at Towson University. Yeah. Well, we had everything ready. I had a sitter in my room and we had the kosher food. But all of a sudden, Friday night, after Shabbat started, my bed was closer to the window. Muhammad's bed was closer to the door. I started looking out the window and I thought there was a problem that I was not prepared for. What was that? There was no Eruv on campus. It wasn't in a Jewish area. This was Towson, Maryland. And Muhammad and I lived on the 15th floor and the sukkah was on the other side of campus. Which meant I had no way of carrying my kosher food and all this work and all this preparation I had into the sukkah for me. And I'm looking out the window and I'm like stuck. I'm like, what am I going to do? I had everything ready to go and now I'm stuck. So Muhammad, my dear friend that I love so much.
Love you too, brother.
Eventually comes over and he says, Tamir, why do you keep looking out the window? What are you looking at? And I said, Muhammad, because we were on the 15th floor, you could see the whole campus. I said, you see that teepee on the other side of campus? He said, yeah, what is that? I said, Muhammad, it's a long story, Jewish people. We got to eat in there tonight. Right. But I'm not allowed to carry my food because there's no Eruv. And we've only been living together for a month, and I'm trying to explain all this to Muhammad. So I'm stuck. And without a second, he looks at me and he says, "What's the problem? Why can't I carry the food for you into the sukkah and you'll be able to eat, and then we'll go to Midnight Madness and everything will be fine?" So you have to understand we're freshmen, okay? We're on the basketball team, and like everybody on campus knows who we are. But here we are Friday night, Sukkot, walking across the campus. Muhammad is holding my tray with a bencher and grape juice and challah, and walking across campus into the sukkah together. And Rabbi, when you said Friday night sukkah, and you said you have something to say, it just made me right away think of the last time I could remember a Friday night sukkah, and I got to spend it with Muhammad. And I can't thank him enough for gracing us with his
you as well
here tonight, man. We love you so much, and I want to, never shared the story publicly with you here, so it's making me cry a little bit. But it was almost 20 years ago. But my heart, and here we're back in the sukkah. Thank you for always being there for me. I love you so much, my friend.
You too. I love you all.
Well, Muhammad, where are we reaching you? Where are you?
I'm in Ashburn, Virginia, a little outside of Washington, D.C. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, right now you're with us in Jerusalem.
Oh wow.
So look at that. When someone has an open heart, look how far. It never gets forgotten. It never gets lost. Bless you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That's it. If anybody has any questions, that was my Sukkot story.
Wow. That's beautiful. I have a question. I would love to see how I want to you have a new promo of something that you sent in that I want to play for the chevra, but I wanted to know about this. What is it exactly?
I just felt like it was time to put it all into one video. I've been through so much in my career, got to play against some of the best, got to learn from some of the best. Hashem really blessed me to do things that seemed impossible, and I just felt like it was time to compile everything into one video. And Raquela from your community, actually, in Efrat, is a video media experts, helped me with the project, and we tried to put everything into one video. And the promo I sent you is the promo for the extended video that hopefully will be ready soon.
Can we do you mind if we put it up right now?
It'll be great if you guys can do it.
Check it out.
Featuring number 22 sophomore Tamir Goodman. Tonight he did it all against Laurel Baptist. 26 points in 3 quarters. He left with what could be a broken wrist. We hope not, but number 22 was sensational again.
Not seen this kid play, I'm really curious to be able to see him play, and I know that, he's got enough talent by people who told me that, he's going to have opportunities.
Congratulations on last night.
I don't think we're talking red shirt. I don't think we're talking development. I think we're talking a guy who can play right away.
A week after committing to Maryland, Tamir was in the stands to see the Terps play. He did not go unnoticed.
University of Maryland has been a buzz recently with that gentleman right there, Tamir Goodman. And if you listen to the coaches, they say he is spectacular.
looks absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. It means a lot. It means a lot. All the brachas to you and your beautiful family.
Amen. Say Chag Sameach.
Hey,
All right.
Chag Sameach.
Thank you, guys. Blessings to everybody. Only good news. And thank you so much for the opportunity. Love and only good things for everybody. Revealed blessings. Thank you, Rabbi. I love you. I'm such a fan of yours.
Amen. Love you too, Tamir. Thank you.
Chag Sameach.
Thank you. Wow. Oh my gosh, Tamir. Thank you so much. Imagine if we were filled with Tamirs in the world. Yeah, that's the goal. That's what we're on our way to. So we're gonna sing one more niggun. This was a request as well. We've been, Baruch Hashem, been privileged to put out a lot of new music, and this is one of the first or second one from the list of 40, which, despite all the corona and mishigas, we're still doing our best to continue to be sharing new music. Baruch Hashem, there's at least another 17 tracks in the work, but with lockdowns, it gets a little more difficult to work on things. I'm not one of the chevra that has or wants a home studio, but this is one of the ones we did about a year ago, and I want to dedicate it to a special family in New York. It's their inspiration. And they could use, Baruch Hashem, everyone could use love. Everyone could use brachas. We could all use brachas and love. So this is for them. They know they are. Baruch Adon Olam Ribono Shel Olam Ribono Shel Olam Toda Melech ריבונו של עולם, ריבונו של עולם, ריבונו של עולם, תודה. תודה עוד ליבי במות פעמים שעזרת לי, תמכת בי, הושעת אותי, הצלת אותי, שימחת אותי, ריפאת אותי, שמרת עליי, הולדת אותי, אני תודה. מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא אדון עולם, ריבונו של עולם, ריבונו של עולם, תודה. תודה לו ריבנו פעמים שעזרת לי, שימחת אותי, הושעת אותי, הצלת אותי, שימחת אותי, ריפאת אותי, שמרת עליי, הולדת אותי, אני תודה. שמחת אותי, הודעת אותי, חיזקת אותי, שמחת אותי, ריפאת אותי, שמרת הודעת אותי, אני תודה. So we have in mind tonight all the Simcha and the Ushpizi love Moshe Rabbeinu and the Ushpizi love Rabbeinu Reb Nachman ben Fega. We also invite tonight the Mittler Rebbe as well to be with us, and all the tzaddikim and tzaddikas, and of course the Piasetznes Chesed and Aleinu, and of Cook and everyone. So we have the privilege to also daven together on these Zooms. One of our sponsors, AbrahamsLegacy.com. Abraham's Legacy is an app that I highly recommend everyone to download because it's a brilliant Tehillim app, getting the whole world to daven together and say Tehillim together. Orly Waba, the founder of this app, in memory of her grandfather, I believe, is a dear friend of ours, a superstar, Mamish Chazak Ve'ematz. And what we've been doing is after watching the following video, you'll see it in the chat as well, abrahamslegacy.com. You can go and download that app so that you can then see and follow the following instructions. And right afterwards, we're going to daven together. So take a look at the video. This is a video that was made a number of months ago when we did another event together. That's why it says Rosh Chodesh Nisan. In the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. So, Bechavod, Abraham's Legacy.
Thank you for tuning in as Abraham's Legacy celebrates Rosh Chodesh Nisan with Shlomo Katz in song, prayer, and inspiration. To be part of the Global Tehillim reading happening now, download Abraham's Legacy from your app store, available for both iOS and Android. Sign in, and in a moment, we will all click on the Start Reading button on the main screen, and each of us will receive a different parak from the Sefer of Tehillim so that we can complete the book and add to the global count. In the top right corner, you have the ability to switch your language to any language you like. Don't forget that after you read the parak, to confirm that you've read by clicking on the check button, and then again to confirm that you've read that chapter. Let's put 6 minutes on the clock to read in unison so that we can unleash the power of our combined tefillah.
So whether you have the app or not, because we know this happens it's happening live, open up a Tehillim Chaveh, because there's so many people that are watching us right now, that are with us right now, and they're not doing so good. And I'm not only speaking to the Holy Corona, although of course they're definitely at the forefront of our thoughts right now, but so many people that are alone, even if they're surrounded by people, they're still alone. They suffer from things that most of us can't understand. Different forms of addiction, different forms of escape. Just open your heart and let David HaMelech come through your mouth. His magnificent and holy, holy words, such a Tehillim.
Shalom
Here he
Aleichem, Rav
is.
Shlomo Yakar.
Baruch haba. Everyone give a big shalom aleichem to God Elbas. God, where are you, brother?
I'm in Muncie right now. I spent the Chag here, the first Chag. I'm heading to LA. So I decided to stay an extra minute just to play something here before I go on to the airport.
It's the matok. Matok.
Yeah, I really love what you do. You Mesamach Ham Israel, and I know you for many, many years. It's a privilege to be your. How many people are watching us?
Baruch Hashem. A lot of chevre.
That's a lot. That's a lot, like 200 people. I'm so happy to be part of this, and I want to wish you Ma'adim Simcha. I don't know how is it in Israel. It's probably hard. So it's really needed what you're doing right now, and I'm happy to be part of it. And I want to give koach to everyone that is listening right now. So I decided to sing Ana B'Choach that I took part on the original one, the original song. So I'm happy to sing it for you all. Stay b'simcha, guys. It's gonna pass. Everything is gonna pass. Can I have a favor from you to hold my phone, please? You can sit next to me and just hold the phone. Yes, like this. גדולת ימינך, תתרצה כברינה, עמך סגר, תערנו,
Thank you,
Give me a
God.
bracha. Give me a bracha.
Please, Dad, I give you a bracha to keep on being so connected to what makes you so complete with your shlichut in life, to bring simcha and kedusha to Am Yisrael like you've been doing for so many years. Keep on doing it with bריאות איתנה, ונראה אותך חזרה בארץ בעזרת השם בקרוב.
Amen, amen. תודה, רב שלמה. Enjoy your sukkah. תודה.
גד אלבז, תודה רבה. נסיעה טובה. שינו לו, זמנו לו, שיחו בכל נפלאוסיו. 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 איי, 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 איי. שינו לו, זמנו לו, שיחו בכל נפלאוסיו. שינו לו, זמנו לו, שיחו בכל נפלאוסיו. שינו לו, זמנו לו, שיחו בכל נפלאוסיו. שינו לו, זמנו לו, שיחו בכל שינו לו, זמנו לו, שיחו בכל נפלאוסיו. 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 איי, 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 So tonight is the yard side. Of the Nachal Novea. Rabbi Nachman, what a secret you are. מגלה טפח, מכסה טפחיים. It feels like with Rabbi Nachman that some people have to wait until they're invited inside. And some people, Rabbi Nachman wants them to pound on the door. Ooh, what a burning desire to be close to the tachlit of this world, to what this world is all about. I'm not gonna try to give perushim tonight on what Rabbi Nachman is for us. It's a lot of longing, stuff that the heart not only cannot find words for, it doesn't even try it. How many Torahs of Rabbi Nachman have we learned where we said it was enough to be in this world just to hear this one teaching? Shiru lo, zamru lo, simchu b'chol niflo sal. Rabbeinu told us that every single day you have to go out to the field and you have to cry to Hashem. Where are you? You have to cry and cry and laugh, but the most important thing is speak your truth, speak it, speak it. Speak it to the one above until it's clear to you what's actually bothering you in this world, what you're made of, what you want. Dearest friends, Rabbi Nachman's top student, Reb Nosson Breslover, once said that there'll come a time that people will look at their own Yiddishkeit and they will say, can you believe that there used to be a time where people thought that you could actually be observant or orthodox or sense any sense of closeness to the Ribono Shel Olam without hitbodedut? Can you imagine that? That there was a time people actually went through life and they didn't do hitbodedut. They didn't go out into the forest or get into a closed room and just speak their heart out to the one above. And they thought they understood what it means to have a relationship with God. We're nearing that era where it's becoming absolutely impossible to hold on tight without shiru lo, zamru lo, sichu b'chol nifleotav. I once saw a teaching that said that Mashiach comes from the word lasuach, to converse. Not only are we going to have to learn how to speak to each other, the Siddur just isn't doing it for many, many people anymore. We have to encourage our children, ourselves, the part of us that needs more than just what's written in the Siddur. Not, God forbid, to knock what's in the Siddur. Words written by Anashim Gedolim, Kedoshei Elyon. But Hashem needs a Siddur written by you and I as well. Not needs, Hashem wants a Siddur written by you and I as well. And somehow the teachings of the Tzaddik Rabbi Nachman draw out from us the beautiful gift to talk. So we had mentioned that we are halfway done with something I wanted to do for a long time, and that's a Breslov album. And I just wanted to share with each of you on Rabbi Nachman's yard site. I want, if you don't mind, to give me a bracha with Kvitas Aderech, because this lockdown has put a damper on a lot of rhythms of things happening. But to give us a bracha to just remember what the world of Nigun is all about, and that it should bring nachat ruach, of course, to the Rebbe, but much more importantly to the Ribono Shel Olam, that he should have a lot of nachat ruach from the way that we are connecting to music based on his world. So everyone knows Yosef Karduner, a dear friend of ours who will be with us later this week. There's another singer in Breslov, a bit older, very, very passionate poet, and he took a lot of Rabbi Nachman's words as well and made them into songs, into really powerful songs, like the Nigun Breslev, Bor Eish, Haver ota belibi, Breslev, Bor Eish, Haver ota belibi. Oh, Haver ota belibi. There's another song that he wrote that we just recorded. I wanted to sing with you before we share some announcements and get to meet our next guest. One time late at night, Rabbi Nachman turned to his Hasidim and he said to them, "You see, you're all very kosher Yidden. I'm sure you're very pious, but that's not really what I meant. That wasn't my kavana in coming to you. My kavana in me being with you is that you should be like howling animals all night long in the forest. That you're yearning to be close to truth and to feel the Borei Yitbarach keep you up at night screaming. Hine lo yanom velo yishan, Shomer Yisrael." So these words, Rabbi Nachman telling this to his students. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אך לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אך לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. Israel Dagan is the name of the author of this, the composer of the melody. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אך לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אך לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. רציתי שתהיו כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אז לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. נכון אתם אנשים כשרים, אז לא לזאת הייתה כוונתי. רציתי שתהיו כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. רציתי שתהיו כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. שתהיו כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים, לילות שלמים, לילות שלמים. כחיות הנועמות בים, לילות שלמים. חידוש קדוש כמו ישראל, מעולם לא היה מעולם, ביד עולם, מאלפי עולמות שמי נעלם, הוא יסכן את העולם, כי זה כל אדם, יהודה בינו, כל חוכמה, ויאמרתם כל חי, עדייננו מכל חוכמה, לא איש בני ישראל הוא איש חי, נחלנו בים מכל חוכמה. So let me share with you a little bit. Tomorrow, Be'ezrat Hashem, at 12:30 p.m. Israel time. We'll have this on record for the Chevra in America. 12:30 p.m. Maybe we'll make it a little bit later for early risers in New York, but a message will go out. We're going to be learning Rabbi Nachman live on Facebook, over here on this channel. And that'll be tomorrow at either 12:30 or a little bit later in the day, and I'll explain why. Baruch Hashem, since we had this initiative to do all of this, there's been an outpouring of ratzon to want to help and want to take part, and there are so many chevra that are now have joined us, and people I didn't want to bother, but they reached out, and it's so beautiful, mamash, so beautiful. So I just want to make sure everyone knows we put together a whole flyer with all the updated times and people and whatnot. It could still, we'll be adding on even more, but it's been a very, very, very beautiful, beautiful, busy time. And we hope that Be'ezrat Hashem will also be able to just continue to do whatever it is to stay close and stay connected. And this is already, Baruch Hashem, this is night number 3 that we're doing this. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., we're going to be leading at 9 a.m. Israel time. We're going to be doing a Facebook Live Hallel. Also, that was not planned, but there were so many chevra that are davening alone and that need it. And right now, this is a time this is Pashut Mo, the time for that. So tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, we will be having a live Hallel, a musical Hallel. And I'm just going to get my notes out this time so that I don't mess it up at all. But I wanted to let you know about the rest of the week and the scheduling for everything. Leva, do you mind closing the door, my sweet love? Yeah. Can you do it? No, it's okay. Maybe mommy will do it. Javi, can you close this door, please? Thanks, my love. Okay, let's pull out the proper schedule and just make sure that everyone's on the same page. Here we go. Okay, you'll see it also on your screen right now. Today we had a wonderful day. My brother Eitan will be on with us in just a moment. Tomorrow we have the Hallel. Tomorrow afternoon, we have the great privilege of learning from and with our dear teacher, friend, neighbor, and leader in our community, Shoshana Yudelman. That's at 4 p.m. Followed by Yehudis Golshevsky, a treat Sheba treat at 4:30 p.m. That's for the women's learning. And then another just matnas chinam. So proud, I'm so happy. Rabbi David O. Weinberg will be with us at 5. And at 5:30, many of you are in for a fresh treat as well, Rabbi Moshe Gersht, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait for you to meet him, the chaver that haven't had the privilege yet. Tomorrow night, we have a very special evening. The format will be a little bit different because we'll be running it together with our Am Yisrael's dear friend, Rav Lazer Brody. That's tomorrow night. Rav Lazer will be with us most of the night. We'll also be checking in with Nachum Siegel in his sukkah in New York, in Manhattan. And we will also be having a visit from our friends, the Moshav Band in Los Angeles. So that's tomorrow. From morning till night is pretty busy. The next day, I'm so excited, my sister Tali Weiss will be teaching 4 p.m. Yael Dvorkin from Shiviti, she'll be teaching right afterwards at 4:30. And then we have the privilege of having Reb David Miller, the head of the Grus Kollel, to be with us at 5, and at 5:30, my dear Chavi Yedid Nefesh, Reb Leibish 100. And as you can see, that the schedule for the Simchat Beit Hasho'eva in 2 nights is with our Rebbe, Reb Moshe Weinberger, Nissim Black, Pei Dalid, and Rabbi Asi Spiegel, and Dari Karlbach also will be making an appearance. Zusha, I just got word, will be on Thursday, together with Danny Zamir, Yitzchak Atias, Rev Judah Michel, and Chaim David. And Thursday morning we'll do Hallel. And Thursday afternoon, we have the privilege of learning from Hindel Swerdlov and Chaya Lester. That's 4 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. And also at 5 o'clock, Rabbi Yaakov Klein. So there will be another slot in there that I'm waiting to get a confirmation for Thursday afternoon. But as you can see, Baruch Hashem, this has been a really, really special time. And all these things are, not all of them, but many of them are, open for sponsorship to enable us to keep on being together as long as we need to, and even more after that. So that's what's happening. And I think that we are ready to continue. It is my great privilege and honor to invite someone that you all know to our sukkah, my dear my real brother, my blood brother, Eitan Katz. Eitan, are you with us, Achi?
I am with you. You can hear me?
I can, Achi. I can. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is such an honor to be a part of this. So many people joining in. Baruch Hashem to the Simchat Beit Hasho'eva. And Tov, I apologize if the Nigunim I sing tonight, maybe you sang it already, but Seder, lo nora. Ata v'chadanu mikom olamim. Everybody, good morning, Chag Sameach. May Hashem take us out of this. Let's just get straight to the bracha. May Hashem just bring us back together. And this Zoom is gewaldic. And whoever invested in the stock of Zoom, aleim tova bracha. But I think we're all officially done with it. But in the meantime, I want to give a big יישר כוח to my holy brother Rav Shlomo, that he put this together, being ma'achad klal Yisrael, giving even for one moment of sweet feelings on this Chol HaMoed, on this Yantiv. is worth the whole world. So let's stay in the nusach of davening for a second. So, let's go back to the Shalosh Regalim in general, Sukkot, Pesach, and Shavuos. Stam, I opened the Machzor yesterday. I was showing my son which part of davening to say, and I saw it right in front of me. Zman, es Chaga. It said Chaga Pesach hazeh, Zman Cheruseinu. Chaga Shavuos, Zman Matan Toraseinu, and then Chaga Sukkot, Zman Simchaseinu. And it was right, it hit me right in the face. Zman Cheruseinu is the Aleph. Aleph is that Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, and Hashem made us free people. Okay, so now we're free, and sometimes freedom can be great, sometimes freedom can be really scary. No, don't worry. The next one is what? Zman Matan Toraseinu. Hashem gave us the rule book. Hashem gave us the Torah. Hashem gave us the way to behave like a free person. And then once you have the freedom, along with I forgot what it's called, but the rule book and the way to actually live as a free person, then you have Zman Simchaseinu. Then you have the time of just being besimcha. Because we all know, we all run around looking for that freedom, Then when we have it, we're like, okay, now what? There's freedom, there's Torah, then there's Simcha. And there's one thing. There's one other thing that hit me is that on Pesach, one of the most common questions we have, especially from my kids, says, I don't understand. We're talking about how evil chametz is, how bad chametz is, but then the entire year we celebrate the chametz. We have plenty of chametz. What? So now, okay, I understand. If let's say there was a chok from the Torah, whatever it is, we don't understand why we eat chametz. Say it fine. The chametz is the Yetzer Hara, etc., etc. Oh, but only for the 7 days, and the rest of it, whatever. Then you have another kasha. Come Shavuos night, we talk about the Heilige Torah, and we stay up the whole night learning. Do you know that there are plenty of tzaddikim around the world who stay up every single night learning? Right? It's not for us. It's like it's the biggest deal in the world, but for many, many, many people, it's the basics. Right? I'm sorry. And then you have Sukkah. We go out of our house to show that Hashem is in charge. That Hashem. So I don't understand. Why should we be living in a Sukkah the entire year? Right? Why shouldn't we be in that awry state of mind the whole year? And for some people, Taka, it is like that. But I think the answer is obvious. That Hashem knows that it's impossible for us to live like Malachim all year round. So He gives us 3 regalim, 3 periods of time in which He infuses into us what really should be. Really, we shouldn't be eating chametz the whole year. But it's impossible. So Hashem gives us 7 days to taste what it's like to live in a Gan Eden of no Yetzer Hara, no chametz. And then we go on with our life remembering what it was like. Hashem gives us 1 night a year where He asks us, please stay up all night learning and the Ahavas HaTorah, and then you continue on with your life. And now Hashem is giving us 7 days of reminding us, not that just this 7 days we're supposed to be thinking about this whole world as a diras arai, and we're supposed to have emunah in Hashem, we go out of our home. These 7 days is the Rosh Hashanah for all the emunah in Hashem that we're supposed to have the whole entire year. So that come after next week, when we go out of our sukkah, even when we sleep in our comfy home in our bed, it's the bechina of sukkah. It really is sukkah the whole year around. So join me, with Hashem, for the power of these nigunim. We should internalize everything that we know about sukkahs, and even everything that we don't know about sukkahs. We should internalize it in Beit Hashem. Join me, everybody. But here in America, I know Eretz Yisrael a little bit upside down, but in America, every single day it seems like the world is just like literally like a hamster, just like running around like crazy. Every news, every this, every that. So we need basically the Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov's brother-in-law to write that letter one more time and ask just a little bit stronger, Masai Ka'asimar, because I think it's time that we be a little bit Lubavitch and demand that Mashiach comes.
Achi, יישר כוח גדול. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Fine.
יישר כוח. L'chaim tov l'shon. Do you remember what was your favorite sukkah that we had ever from all the places we lived in? Because we moved around a lot. But do you remember your favorite sukkah? I was thinking about it today also.
I think on the biggest one was on the top of Bar Ilan Street, right? That was huge.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
covered the whole.
Yeah.
And I do remember coming back from, like, I think it was, we went to Netanya. What was that round thing? The Pizza Hut thing?
Yeah.
And we came back and it was destroyed because of the wind and everything. But no, but that was for sure the biggest sukkah. But I think that one of the most beautiful things about a sukkah, and again, this is very dvarim pshutim, is that I've never seen anybody not happy in a sukkah. Never seen anybody like, oh, I have to be here. Oh, it's like everyone you walk in, no matter what, everyone is just so happy. You walk into the sukkah, and that's one of the it's one of the proofs about like Yiddish, like Hashem being in this world, is that everyone like wonders, oh, everyone wants to know, wants the signs of all signs. Where's Hashem? Is he here? Is he not here? Those kind of things. You walk into a sukkah and you feel something and you just don't know. You can't explain it. You can't understand. You can't really explain what it is. But that's what it's. 2 words. It's Tzila de Mehemnusa. It's a different thing. It's a different place. I think Shlomo, I shared with you once before that we say that Leman Yirbu Yemechem V'Yemei V'nechem, right? That the people should that our children and our grandchildren should be able to have long lives, as long as Yemei Hashemayim Ala Aretz, as long as the heaven and the earth. But I was saying it's not just a promise. It's the correct hadracha for a promise, to fulfill the promise. What does it mean? As long as your yamim in this world are Yemei Shamayim Al Haaretz, as long as you live your life bringing the Shamayim into the Aretz, then you're fulfilling your reason here. So Leman Yirbu Yemechem, right? So that's the whole point. And what better description of Yemei Shamayim Ala Aretz, when you walk into the sukkah, that is your inside Shamayim. Can you imagine? You're in Shamayim right now. You're in Shamayim. So who wants to talk about narishkeit? Who wants to have dirty pots? Who wants to say Lashon Hara, God forbid? Who wants to talk about business? Who would want to do that when they're in Shamayim mamish? So just we should all really feel that, because it's true. It's true. It's 100% true that you're literally walking into a Shamayim Ala Aretz. everybody. I love you guys.
Love
Keep
you, Achim. See
safe,
you
keep
soon.
strong, and Mitzvah Shem, we will see you literally soon. Mitzvah Shem.
Very soon. Yalla. Thank you, Eitan. Love you. Good
Bye.
moed.
Good morning. Good morning.
Moed.
Bye, Mom.
Good
Bye. Abba.
moed. So thank you, everybody. It's dark in here. I got some kids sleeping at the sukkah already. And I just want to thank everyone one more time. I want to thank the Bellows, the Catches, my parents, and the Lewis family for all their sponsorships and for everyone's passionate chavruta in this beautiful endeavor. I want to thank my dear Chaver Shimon Detweiler for being the person that's making sure this is all flowing so smoothly and everything is Baruch Hashem. And just stick with us. We continue again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Good Mayed, we're doing it. Let's keep on going strong.